What's going on, team? Welcome back to another monthly recap. September recap. Um, Pretty interesting month for me personally. Now we're in the Q4, last quarter of the year. Lots of things to look forward to, and lots of things to really learn from this year. Has been very interesting for me, and I know for a lot of you as well. So hopefully, we're gonna end it on a great note with all the chaos and stuff that's going on with the market. Uh, as being super bullish, but this vibe session still lingering around society. People don't feel very well about the economy, and nothing is really in its place. But stock market is always going up, so that's a kind of theme. Uh, who knows? Maybe one of these days things get really slow down, and we will see some sort of bigger correction, which we all have to be prepared and anticipate and ready for it. No matter what, we are traders. We are trader. So that means you want to focus on opportunity on a daily basis, or weekly basis, or monthly basis. If you have a plan for your year investment, you gotta have different approach, different mindset, different philosophy, and stick to that. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Our monthly recap, and pretty much I took a vacation, took a month off basically, from end of the August to mid September. So I wasn't really trading, although I was watching many stuff that has been um, on the theme, and we got a lot of IPOs. We get some, crazy pump tickers that I don't have their name in my head, but crazy stuff on the September. But as expected, and at the end of the month, things really slow down. Things were I mean, we didn't get gappers more than 100% anymore. Things were like a little, all over the place. So I would say September was a little difficult for me personally. I came back from vacation, and then I sat down and start randomly trading on stock that I wasn't really prepared or study enough, and things got really crazy. I think we got stock called WLDS back in, just remember that September 11th, 12th. This stock went from pretty much a dollar to 11, 400%, and that was kind of like a ring to the whole month. And I was in the middle of vacation watching this thing is running, and you get the sense of a little bit of a FOMO egg. But it's also good that when you've been trading for a very long time, it won't really affect you on your on your break. So sometimes your body really needs that. If you think you should not travel and glue your eye to the screen all the time, you need to check with the doctor. You need to make sure your mindset is in the right place. You should not do that um, every single day or every single month. You gotta, time to time, you just have to take some off, get your mind clear, and just get back to the game. So yeah, September started for me with this Gemini, the IPO. I think that was the one that I really start off with, and it was not planned for me. I wasn't really planning on trading. I just wanted to get my feet wet after coming from vacation and just see what exactly the market is doing. And obviously, it cost me not much, but it's just that one of those tickers that I should be more prepared on my playbook, stick to my playbook plan before I execute anything. So yeah, I came back and just right off the bat, I knew that this stock was super overvalued from the day of the IPO, and it had been had this backside move for pretty much every single day from the day of the IPO. So I'm anticipating to this gap down kind of situation, but I'm already late. Things kind of getting settled, finding some sort of level. Although there's not much of a history is, and that should not be something I would sit down and just short it right off the bat. So yeah, Jamie was my kind of starter of the month, I would say, for September, and then after that, I just cut it quickly. Didn't want to really anticipate more because there is not much history in it, and yeah. One of the things that I have in my playbook that I should never ever short an IPO unless I see a really really huge selling pressure, which Jimmy had that. Jimmy was on that category for me, and but I was just like a little late to the game, a little late to the show. Yeah, so that's that, and then rest of the month, I try to keep everything short. For this month, I mean, obviously everything will be really short. We got this zoos thing. Wasn't really prepared for this one as well. It was another long trade. I got into this, breakout situation. Zoos was not my cup of tea. I should have be more prepared for it. So yeah, this thing also got me. So two trades in 2 days after my vacation, and I already feel like this is there's something wrong. There's something not in place. Either my mind is not in place, or I'm not yet ready after vacation. I gotta slow down, take step by step, and then start trading. So zoos was kind of it was clearly a sketchy stock, pump, crazy stuff, and really nothing happened afterward. I think zoos had same treasury Bitcoin treasury news going on. We all know that nowadays. They try to release that, but it doesn't really affect much. People kind of understand this whole theme is, or trend is, a little bit fading away. So those had this 180 million private placement and Bitcoin treasury added to their strategy. So clearly, this is a good candidate for short, at least for a start, but still risky. I see when they have these kind of news, volume surge is insanely above pretty much average volume that they use to trade. So it's insane amount of volume kicked in, And so, and then you don't know exactly how these volume really accumulated. Are they really a bunch of new buyers or just a bunch of insiders try to fill into their orders, or the private placement taking that position on that day, try to accumulate most of the shares that they have available. Obviously, not in the case of Zoos. I mean, they're only like 300 million market cap, 23 million float. I think that day the float was a little bit under 10 or something, I believe. Obviously, that changed already. Yeah, so Zoos, and then VRCA. It's another one of these garbage movers. And I know September was a lot of tickers before these tickers that I'm talking, but these are the one that I personally was trading it. I think AGMH was another one that we had. This was also not. It was a crazy stock actually. Really move into this. I think it was like 400% pretty much. Another 400% that we got. Let me check this. Was it this one? Oh, I almost forgot how to use Schwab and Thinkorswim. It's been it's been a while. So no, not that this one. Not that. Where is that tool that you used to? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we got this move almost 600%. And I mean that was actually over 600%. So AGMH really great on the long. We got this on the call, and stuff was really strong afterward, but it kept that $8 level. Still one of those stock that I have it on my watch list. I did trade it both side. I think I did. Yeah, I did trade it. Yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, I did trade this only on the long side, and that was really interesting. Although I did trade this pretty much at $7 area, not this next day move sort of, or is it sorry pre-market? Yeah, they only trading in the pre-market thing. And that's that. And then I've been trying to really focus on some of the other opportunities across mid cap. Obviously, open still. We got this whole pump situation going on with open. The company is trying to really be ahead. The CEO is commenting left and right on X. There's this Eric Jackson, I think, the fund manager that really pumping open in the most fashion way possible. So that's why kind of a lot of people seeing those things and trying to take advantage. On an overall basis, open was not. Open didn't really do much last month. It just like pretty much perked up to that 9 level and then consolidation back to 8, possible 7. It actually hit below this level. So that kind of anticipation for long or swing, better say, it's definitely tricky. I did short open, I think on the first this red day here. I think I shorted this. No, actually, I apologize. This was September. Yeah, should be around this time. So I did shorted this gap down pretty much. But still, above all the levels, not ideal. I was just like anticipating to the move, the gap down and the sell off. And obviously took most of the profit still at the highest, not the new low. So yeah, that was kind of the theme. I didn't want to really swing any short with open. Open is really risky, still have upside potential in my opinion, and I think a lot of people still trying to get a piece out of it. Yeah, and that's open, and then we got. I've been also looking at like other stock like Cipher on September. There's another one. Uh, this is a mid cap company. Well, it's actually larger cap, and mining company. These miners are relatively scammy looking, but in a bigger cap, but they have a long shot, and still, have huge amount of potential to go, really much higher level. But on the gap down, when the market really uh, shift, these stock tend to pull back hugely. Like, I mean, Cipher, I think I shorted into those gap down. It was what day was it? 25th actually, 24th. Yeah, so 24th was a crazy amount of sell off. I mean, we're talking about $4 share. So yeah, opportunities are really decent on these type of tickers. That is why I'm trying to really anticipate more into a larger cap, big cap, um, um, and just kind of get a feeling off of it. And September in general wasn't really the best, my best performance of all. I was not really happy with my performance at all after vacation, coming to the market and just like not knowing exactly what's going on and clicking button. So I was just doing that, and clearly I got lucky on a few trades, and then it cost me once I trade more on some of the tickers that I thought I can do better, but he went on the opposite side, so the other way. So SMR also, Iran was another ticker, another minor company. This one is still on the watch for a more extended stuff. These last three larger cap stock, I only trade them on a day when there is a confirmation for gap down. But still on a daily basis, on a daily chart, stocks are way extended, way ahead, and still bullish. So no doubt. And then we got LAC. This is the type of stock that you don't normally get it. And then we got this new kind of theme of obviously when the government starts focusing on, when they open the doors to invest into private companies, I mean, the public companies, and have a stake into them. This is just something newer. Like, government actually goes and buy 5%, 6% of the company. And that news, it really have the biggest catalyst, I would say, for that company in a way. And it's a really bullish thing, people looking at it. But at the moment, that's what kind of the theme for it. If a government investing into like Intel recently, people kind of tend to look at it as a very positive thing, and it is really a positive thing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it is great that the government can invest their money into put people's money basically into successful company. But when you see smaller cap companies getting those things, you kind of sense that, okay, where is that risk management? Where is that risks coming into place? Who let this thing really make those decisions and buy these stock? I mean, obviously we all know Intel. It's a big company, so it's a very well-known company, and when the government invests in them, you kind of feel good. You kind of feel, oh, that's great. So American company, government backing it up before they bankrupt, or they go, they goes away compared to their competitors. That's great. But when you see like a company like LAC, a lithium company, out of nowhere, just coming in, you sense that, oh, what is going on behind the scene? Is there actual value into that company, or is it just cash and grab sort of thing, or what's the bigger vision? What's the bigger picture for these companies? So it's a mineral company, obviously Canadian, not even the U.S., but government invested in. I think that's what I saw in their bigger kind of news. And obviously, a lot of traders, a lot of investors are anticipating, follow along with this sort of news, and we had this huge, continuation multi-day runner on LAC, and as you can see, this anchor VWAPs are in place every time they get into those that $8 level. It really pulled back, and then supports held for that $5 range. I personally wanted this thing to. I actually anticipated both sides, the long side and the short side. On the short side, it was actually very successful. And on the long side, I didn't really bank on it, or I didn't really, what's the word? I didn't really anticipate much, or have a bigger size, or swing it. Because I think on the long side, you would be better off to swing this stock from the day that it started all. So yeah, I mean, LAC still on the run. I think $10 at this point is very possible, and we might see this thing. I mean, yes, I think last week stock was, even the market was gapping down. LAC had this huge push with a decent volume. So yeah, still worth watching. Week ahead as well. So we'll see how that goes. But for the month of, end of the month, this was following along to October. Still, worth watching. It's going to be on the watch list as well, for the week watch list. But on the month, last month, still stock was doing really great. And then we got a lot of, I got a lot of things. Oklo was a bigger ticker. Higher price. Spread was huge. This was another cup of tea for me. Anticipating on the short side. Really like to see stuff like this happen. When the stock is really overvalued. But like I said, this is not our smaller cap kind of thing. But although Oklo has very tiny float, 87 million compared to what they what's their market cap is. So yeah, that was that. And then what else? Then we got, I got IBG maybe. Yeah, IBG was another one. Nothing too much on the IBG last month. Yeah. And yeah, we got IBG as well, and I kind of, this was the last day of what is it called? Last day of the month. So for me, IBG wasn't too crazy. I did trade this only on the long side actually. Looking at my performance on it, yeah, I did trade this long. Nothing too crazy. Out of nowhere, the stock really got no interest. I don't really want to waste time on this, because this was just like gap and crap, pretty much. Gapped up, pull back, die down, and then a random volume, random pump. So nothing too crazy. I think I just scalped this. And yeah, that's pretty much for the month. So let's jump right into what do we have to look a week ahead. All right, so the week ahead, obviously, we still have the LAC in place, LAC. That's kind of what I'm going to focus on. And then we got a lots of other tickers, lots of cheapies, a lot of cheapies that I don't like a lot, but some of them were really good. I mean, TLRY. This is actually not a, yeah, I mean, this was a cheapie. TLRY, you know, great swing, cannabis company, um, and lots of overhead or swing push behind it. Then what else we got? We got let's take a look at all the week when it all started. And then most of these, cannabis company, I think they had some sort of news on the cannabis sector. I'm not sure exactly because I don't really, follow that. These are very slow movers. I think they had some sort of big event going on. I think maybe government news sort of thing. That's why it moves the whole sector. And then we got another cheapie like DFLI, which was another one. 30 cents to $1, $2 share. So that was interesting, but it took few days. So these are basically, if you're a really good swing trader, we can make a decent money off of these moves. Obviously, not my cup of tea. I don't like 30 cents a dollar. 30 cents a share. So, yeah, definitely on the watch for yourself. If you watch swing, if you trade swing, feel free to add those. Those are not really bad looking. Still on the front side. So there's a lot of upside potential, but you got to be sure about the natural resistance. Like when we hit $2, when we hit $3, $2.50, and all that. So remember that. And then we get SLNH was another one. Kind of gapped up. They came out with some sort of 100 million facility from Generate Capital to expand green data. Yeah, data center stock. So really gapped up, $4 natural, and then pull back. So potential continuation to the downside, in my opinion. I think this will be a good candidate for sure, but volume is very thin. I mean, we need at least what was the generated volume here? Let's take a look. Oops. Yeah, we got like pretty much 100 mil back in September, but on the week, I mean, we didn't really have much of things going on. I mean, I don't want to really waste time on these tickers. I'm just gonna skim through the best to kind of look at. BREA, I think it was another one. This one is actually a higher price, but decent push. Choppy, be careful. Spread is huge. I mean, we're talking about $10 a share, $20. No, actually $50. So this was a huge move for this stock. I'm not sure why they're up so much. I didn't really. I heard about them. Oh yeah, they're look at it, 1 billion market cap and 700,000 float. So you can kind of see what category this will fall into. This is basically a risky setup. I mean, you don't want to deal with this type of setup. You don't even know how to trade these, and you get caught up into the action. You get lucky if you make some money off of it if you know how to do it. On the scalp, you definitely should not do that. I mean, even if you scalping it, you might end up with very tiny share. And then that tiny share it turns to like big loss if it really pulls back on a long side, or it can go other way. Squeeze you out very quickly. So these are the stuff that I would avoid if I'm a beginner. If you don't know exactly what you're doing. And then we got what else? Just gonna go jump into the last day of the week, pretty much. And the CWD wasn't the bad one actually. Oh, actually, I'm looking at. Yeah, CWD was also the old one. That I anticipated pretty much. This Wolf. Yeah, CWD was actually one of the one that I anticipated, but I was also late to the game. Already had this move when I was in vacation. So yeah, that was kind of a sweet move. But garbage. You see that stuff really happen. I don't know what the stock was up to. It's asset management, financial company, real estate. So yeah, stuff are really scary if you don't know what exactly the company's up to. ANGX, I got this last week, and Wolf. I was actually looking at the Wolf. So about Wolf, I think they had a stock split. And yeah, this is the type of company that you want to avoid at all time. No clear direction. No, would say intrinsic value. There's no value in here, in my opinion. I think this stock is really garbage. In so many ways possible. They just trying to scam their investors. Many way possible. So I would definitely avoid trading the stock, even if you might hear it on the scanner or on news or whatever you're looking at. Definitely not the type of ticker that I would want to have it on my watch list. It's just not a good looking stock in any way, because it's really chop you out if you think about it. EPOW, nothing much there. I'm just like going through all the stock last week. DPRO was another one, I think. Had some of these old lines here. Let me remove those. Yeah, so probably from years ago. Yeah, slow mover. Nothing much. I think I did trade this a little. Oh, no, I did not actually. I didn't really anticipate on these stickers. RZLV was another choppy one. Well, actually, this was a great ticker to look at on the long side and short side. I was actually trading this on the both side. Got a little chopped out on the long, and I had some bad execution on the short side as well. But ended up making profit out of it. Small profit. I could have made better profit with a better plan. Trust the process more. Was a little impatient when I was trading this, because I saw this gap up, and money flow was changing to, I think it was another stock was running that day. I'm not sure which was. I think it was LAAC. Yeah, money flow was on the other side, and this thing was just blasting and faded all of a sudden at the open. Not sure what day was it. I think it was this day. Oh yeah, Wednesday. Last week Wednesday. Stock really moved through the pre-market and at the open really gap down. But I was just a little skeptical on this gap down. Could definitely bounce, but slowly just faded. And I shorted pretty much short to scalp into this action, nothing more, and then just cover for small gain actually at once a VWAP crack. but he went pretty much all the way back to 5, and this was the red to green line move. Sorry, green to red line move. And usually one of those setups that when I see that opportunity again exist for the second attempt, green to red move, we might see a bigger pullback. We get to that, another dollar share pullback, and then reverse back to the red to green line. If it's getting toppy, just sort of like a resistant, you can kind of like anticipate or hold the process, and then continuation for that. But over here at the 5, I was looking at the orders and I saw the bigger bid just coming in, huge amount of bid, like I think it was like 200,000 share on $5. And then from that order, this thing just reversed back up and slowly to the after hour continuation till last week. So this was a great example of how to look at your order flow and understand how you can track down, or you can see the bid and differentiate between buy and sell order. So that was a kind of moment for me to see the bigger confirmation once that 200,000 filled in, and then I think it was another 100,000 order just come in, and then all filled in, and it just surged back to 5, 11, 20. So that was a kind of confirmation that, oh, okay, so this thing might reverse, but obviously it didn't have much of a juice to get over back to the new high, previous high on the same day. So it's just that, hold that $5. It kept that $5 really strong. So RZLV, I would say, more of the downside potential in the coming week, but keep an eye on that $5 level, $5.50 actually, or $6 at this point, sorry, to see how the stock reacts. If we are going to see the same buyer sitting at this level trying to pump this with a bigger order, we might have some sort of great upside potential to that $8 potentially. I think, yeah, the stock already went out to that 850. So this 850 was beginning of September. So yeah, and that kind of setup usually sketchy. You don't know exactly why they're doing this, but you just anticipate to the move. So just make the best out of it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, team. Promise to keep it short, but I'm not sure how short it is. But yeah, this is for the monthly recap. I hope you enjoy it, and also the weekly watch list. So reach out if you have any question, and hope you guys enjoy your Sunday.